Welcome back to our channel, your trusted source for the latest breaking news and urgent updates on UK pensions, benefits, and financial changes that directly affect millions of people across the country. And today we bring you a shocking update that has already sparked outrage, debate, and deep concern nationwide. The Department for Work and Pensions, yes, the DWP, has just confirmed a major U-turn on the £300 winter fuel payment. This extra cash boost was supposed to be a lifeline this winter, but now, the government is shutting the door for four huge groups of people. Pensioners and families who were relying on this money to heat their homes may now be left completely out in the cold. So in this video, we'll break down exactly what's happening, what the winter fuel payment is, why this U-turn happened, which four groups are now excluded, how this decision could affect your finances, health, and daily life, and most importantly, the alternatives that could still help you survive this winter. Stay with us until the very end, because even if this doesn't affect you personally, it could hit your parents, grandparents, or even your neighbors. And knowing the facts now could save someone from freezing later. Let's start from the beginning. The winter fuel payment is one of the UK's most well-known and relied upon benefits. For decades, it's been a universal scheme designed to help older households cover the rising cost of heating during the coldest months of the year. Traditionally, payments have ranged from £100 to £300 depending on your age and living situation. And recently, with the cost of living crisis spiralling out of control, the government introduced an extra £300 supplement, a much-needed boost to help pensioners deal with skyrocketing gas and electricity bills. This scheme was never just about money. For many, it was about survival. It meant not having to choose between heating and eating. It meant elderly people could stay safe, warm, and healthy during the harsh UK winter. But here comes the bombshell. The DWP initially promised that almost all pensioners would continue receiving this £300 top-up this winter. Millions were counting on it. But now, after what officials call an internal review, and what critics are calling cost-cutting in disguise, the government has announced that for major groups will be blocked from getting the extra cash. The reasoning? According to ministers, this is about fairness and making sure the money only goes to those who truly need it. But campaigners, charities, and opposition MPs say it's yet another cruel policy that risks plunging vulnerable people into even deeper hardship. Let's go through the four groups one by one, because this is where things get serious. Group 1, expats living abroad. If you're a UK pensioner living overseas in countries like Spain, Portugal, Greece, or Cyprus, you are now excluded. The government's argument? The winters are too warm there, so pensioners supposedly don't need heating support. But critics point out that this is a lazy generalization. Energy bills abroad are still extremely high, and thousands of British pensioners who spend their lives paying into the UK system will now lose out. Group 2, people on certain benefits. This is where it gets confusing. In the past, being on specific qualifying benefits meant you automatically received the winter fuel payment. But the rules have now been tightened. If your benefits aren't directly linked to pension entitlement, you could miss out on the £300 boost. That means many low-income households could fall through the cracks, punished simply because of technical eligibility rules. Group 3, new pension claimants. If you've just reached state pension age, but your claim hasn't been processed yet, you may be left out in the cold. And here's the kicker: many of those delays are due to DWP's own backlog and slow paperwork processing. Critics are furious, saying pensioners are being punished for government inefficiency. Group 4, hospital and care home residents. The final group excluded are those in long-term hospitals or care homes. The government says their heating costs are already covered, so they don't need the extra £300. But charities strongly disagree, pointing out that these pensioners often face additional personal costs and that families are already struggling to support them. Now let's talk about the reasoning. The official line from the DWP is that these exclusions make the system fairer, more targeted, and sustainable for the future. Ministers claim it's about focusing taxpayer money where it's needed most. But the backlash has been fierce. Opposition MPs call it cruel and unnecessary. Charities like Age UK warn it could lead to a winter health crisis. And experts point out that while the government might save money in the short term, the NHS could end up footing a far bigger bill if cold homes trigger more hospital admissions. The consequences of this decision are massive. For many pensioners, losing £300 means making impossible choices. Do they cut down on meals? Do they only heat one room in the house? Do they go to bed early just to stay warm? Cold homes don't just mean discomfort, they mean danger. Flu, pneumonia, and other winter illnesses spread faster in freezing conditions. Mental health also suffers when people feel isolated, stressed, and abandoned by the system. Families may need to step in financially, but let's be real, not every family can afford to do that. And what about those who have no relatives to help? It paints a bleak picture for this winter. But before you panic, there is some hope. While these groups are being excluded from the £300 winter fuel payment, other forms of support are still available. Here's what you should check immediately. Warm Home Discount Scheme, a £150 discount on energy bills for eligible households. Cold weather payments, £25 for every 7-day stretch of freezing temperatures in your area. Local council hardship funds, emergency support for those struggling to pay bills. Energy supplier grants, some energy companies run hardship funds to help customers directly. Charity support, organizations like Age UK and Citizens Advice can guide you through applications and alternative schemes. The key takeaway? Don't wait. Apply early, check eligibility, and secure every bit of support you can. So what should you do right now? Double-check that your pension claim is active and processed. Confirm your benefit status and whether you still qualify. Apply for alternatives like the Warm Home Discount immediately. Reach out to charities for guidance. And most importantly, spread awareness. Share this information with family, friends, and neighbors so they don't miss out. The DWP's U-turn on the £300 winter fuel payment is more than just a policy change, it's a lifeline being pulled away from thousands of pensioners and vulnerable people. The government insists this is about fairness, but critics argue it's simply about saving money, no matter the human cost. If you or someone you know could be affected, act now. Stay informed, apply for alternatives, and don't suffer in silence. And remember, staying ahead of these changes is your strongest defense. If this video helped you understand what's going on, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an urgent update. And do us one more favor, share this video with someone you care about. Because this winter, sharing information could literally save lives.